Hey, this is Antoinette with Transistor Rodeo, where we round up the news for you. We're going to talk a little bit about the Koch brothers and the Health Care Act, the recently failed Trump Care Act. I think I went into detail about how bad it was in one of my previous videos. You could check that out. But what I found, something else that I found out was very interesting. To give you a little background on the Koch brothers, they are a wealthy oil magnates. They really, all they really care about is, burning fossil fuels. That is their main thing. They also do not like any regulation, and they don't want any tax. And why would they? Because they own everything. I think between the two of them, the two brothers, they have roughly 70 or 80 billion dollars between the two of them. That is an ungodly sum of money. Among some of the things that they own the Heritage Foundation, which was the actual first writer for Obamacare. Obamacare used to be, well, let's get this straight. Obamacare is the ACA. The ACA, the Affordable Care Act, is Obamacare. Now, formerly, it was known as Romney Care, where Mitt Romney had put it through his state. And ultimately, it did fail. I think it was mismanaged, but it was originally written by the Heritage Foundation. And that is one of the companies that the Koch brothers use for political payments and think tanks, where these very conservative people get together and decide how to go about making politics work for them. Ultimately, that is the goal of every huge business owner. They want less regulation, less tax, more power to do whatever they want to. I want to dump coal waste in the river. I pay my politician. He allows me to do it. This is the state that we're in. This is how we're living. Another thing that they own is the American for Prosperity. This is a company where it is a lobbying firm where they just go around spreading the wealth to each of their congressmen that can rule to make things work for them. And one of the things that the Americans for Prosperity was trying to do was trying to get the Trump Care Act passed. It was devastating to everybody that's on Obamacare or the ACA. And it wasn't draconian enough for them. This was already a Republican plan. And they wanted to get rid of a lot of the things so they could get a huge tax break. They wanted to get rid of up until you're 26 years old, you can stay on your parents' insurance. They wanted to get rid of that. They wanted to get rid of the pre-existing condition. They definitely want to get rid of the pre-existing condition, without a doubt. They definitely wanted to get rid of the pre-existing condition. Oh my God, that was the biggest thing. Basically, it's health care without the care. If you have your health, hey, you have everything. And if you don't, go fuck yourself. That's the plan. We love this plan. So they were going to make, Donald Trump was going around trying to sell his Trump Care. Of course, he started calling it Ryan Care when he realized it wasn't going to work. But he's been, using his super negotiating powers to make things happen. Basically saying, if you don't vote for this, and going around to each one of these Republican congressmen, if you do not vote for this Trump Care, then I'm going to make holy hell for you in 2018. I'm going to stump against you. And we're going to find somebody, the primary, that's more conservative than you are. I mean, hell, it happened back with Senator Cantor in Virginia. He was the Senate minority leader, I believe, at the time. No, he was the Senate majority leader. Unheard of majority leader losing in an election to a Tea Party candidate, a first-time Tea Party candidate. So this can happen. And Donald Trump was threatening these congressmen with it. Thankfully, they all said no. Some of the real hardline conservatives were just saying, you didn't cut enough. I want it to go back to before the ACA existed. I want it completely gone. I do not want anybody to have any benefits, including all the people on Medicaid. I want them all thrown off. That's what the really conservatives wanted. The moderate Republicans, or should we really call them the Republicans who are up for re-election in 2018, the ones that are concerned for their jobs, the ones that have been getting town halls. They've been giving these town halls, and it's not just Democrats that are showing up, it's Republicans that are showing up, getting in their face saying, hey, what are you doing? Why are you taking away our health care? You want us to pay what? The premium was going up for us. I believe it was a 64-year-old with an income of $26,000 a year. Under the Affordable Care Act, they're paying a premium of $1,700 a year, which is no small chunk of change. But under Ryan's plan, or Trump's plan, it was going to jump up to $15,000. And I believe that the money they were going to, as like a tax abatement, they were going to give you back like $4,500. So you're still spending over $10,000 for your health care compared to $1,700. So it was a real mess. And this Americans for Prosperity lobbying group was either stick or carrot. Donald Trump was the stick, and the lobbying group is the carrot. And they were really desperately trying to push this. The Koch brothers announced, and this is the thing that gets me the most. They announced that they had upwards of $400 to $500 million to spend just in the 2018 election. And this has got to give you guys pause. If they are willing to spend $500 million just to make sure that some of their congressmen, their buddies, their friends, the ones that do them favors and write them laws because they get paid, if they're willing to spend $500 million, imagine how much money they are making. Billions and billions of dollars. Because you get rid of regulation and you cut taxes, you're talking, they would not invest $500 million if they weren't going to be able to make 10 times that. And that's what they do. That's how this works. Bribe your congressman, get the laws you want, make a bucket of money. Well, they were promising this much money for the election of 2018 for all these congressmen that are up. It's like, don't worry about it. You're going to lose some voters. They'll probably forget about it. We'll figure it out somehow. Just get rid of Obamacare. And I'll make sure that you have every bit of money and every bit of advertising that you could possibly want so you could get reelected. It's almost like they want to make it, the voting doesn't matter. We've already disheartened enough of our voting public to feel like, what's the point of us even going to the polls? My name might get thrown off of a register because of some reason or the other. I cast my vote. They get thrown off the roll call. It doesn't even matter. Or, they keep giving us crappy candidates. Why am I going to go down there and vote? They make it so you don't want to. Voting is not compulsory. They don't make it easy for you. They make it during the week on a Tuesday where they couldn't make it on a weekend. Or they could do it on your phone or your computer. You type in your passcode and you cast your vote anytime you want to. They make it specifically hard so your vote doesn't count. They don't want to hear from you. You're not making any big donations. They don't care about you. If you're throwing them money, they're doing you favors. If you don't, who are you? You're just the plebes, man. You're the serfs. They don't care about you, and they never have. And with the Koch brothers doing stuff like this, pledging money, not just putting it, talking about it and advertising it, saying it on the news, and then retweeting that video on every medium possible, just to let everybody know, hey, our money is ready for you to take. We have bribes here. Come to my house. So when you have a system of government that constantly takes money to do favors for the wealthy and the regular voting public, the working man, does not get their voices heard. Is that a democracy or is that an oligarchy? I'll leave that to you. Hey, this is Antoinette from Transistor Rodeo. If you like what you saw here, please subscribe for more videos and content, and you can follow me on Twitter at Transistor Rodeo.